Hello, loveys. How are we? I just am so happy to be here with you on a Tuesday. Who do I think I am? I don't know. But I apologize for me being late. As usual, I don't know how to do technology and finding this box. Can you see the box? Oh, I don't even have you guys up. God help us all. How can we see the box that says case files for missing and endangered? Oh, thank you, Miss Shorty. These are $3 from the TikTok shop. They're only blue screen, so they don't help me with my actual vision impairment. Hello, yes. Oh, it is time to talk all the S. Oh, that's what I do on TikTok. So if this might be a little chaotic for people who are used to me on my other 5 shows on the YouTube, I have tried as best as I can to be a conversationalist and, have good conversations with our guests. But now it's just me. So this is going to be punch a proctor kind of day. Hey. Oh, thank you, Newish. I really appreciate that for offering me help. Where is Dave? Dave is actually having some he's just eating dinner with his family, and then tonight, I don't know if, I don't think this is a surprise. He's going to be on with Kirk Minahan and Turtle Boy for Turtle Boy Live. So he's, kicked me to the curb as just a lowly side host, or I'm a side host guest now. 5 shows. I know, Newish. Geez Louise. Okay, so let's get into it. I just want to say, chaotic. I appreciate you, Angelina, and also to Jen O. Woo! Thank you for being here. We've got Kelly Garcia, Lori 909, and I know 2 weeks in a row I have been kicked to the curb. First for Karen Reed, which I give him the pass. You know what I mean? But he sees Kirk. He's back at Barstool, so he gets to see Kirk 2 weeks in a row. My feelings are hurt. Just kidding. We'll be back to regularly scheduled programming, hopefully next week. But let the chaos ensue with a Nurse Kim solo mission. And just before we get going, guys, I had a small panic attack last time. When we were getting off of live with Mr. Betterow. It was because you all had been so kind to me and had done super chats and super stickers, and I'm super stupid, okay? And I don't know, and Miss Shorty was like, hi, I can teach you. I'm going to show you the ways, you wackadoo. And she's like, Kim, they're right up in the corner, and they go up in the corner, but I couldn't find them because why? ADHD brain. I don't know. I'm a lefty. I have no idea what I'm doing. So I just wanted to quickly say on the record, okay, that I wanted to thank from the bottom of my actual heart for Romy, for Lori 909. Thank you for being here, babe. For Sherry D, Katie Fisher, Madeline Wags, my Maddie Wags. I love her. Maya, Kylo Bear. I think I may, by the end of this year, owe you a kidney, okay? I got a 2 spot, and if you need one, pal, you're doing God's work, and you're so kind to all of us on YouTube who are trying to just bring as much awareness as we can, and I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Dan Melanson, Joanne Panella, RB, DW, Wrestler's Mom, my petty paralegal, Amy Boston, Lalo Me, Lizzie 50HS, and Maureen. And also I need to, for 1 second, just thank Miss Shorty from the bottom of my heart for being my best YouTube friend. And she is so kind. She gives me not only her time and her friendship, but she also gifted memberships to this tiny shit show that I have here, people. Okay. Do I know what I'm doing? No. But did she gift 30 memberships to all of us? I just I was beyond blessed by that. And I just wanted to thank you, Miss Shorty. And I love your face. Okay. Yes, right. Oh, Lord. Okay. Oh my gosh. I love it. Right back at you. You guys, you are everything, and you're my best friends from out of town. And thank you for picking up my FaceTimes when I call. I do that, most of the time I'm on my phone on TikTok, but now I've got a whole PC, bibs. I don't know who I think I am. I got a monitor and, and just a, I don't know, desire to talk all the shit. So let's do it. Okay. So we're on this site right now, guys, and it's called crimetimelines.com. Babes, who sent me this? Her name is Romy. Okay. She's literally like, Romy just saw me at freaking Marshall's in Tewksbury. Anyway, she but I actually think that Romy and I may have to do lunch next week. Okay. Because she sees me and then she sends me like tips all the time. I can't even handle it. Romy, stop it. Oh my gosh, you're here, my Romy. I love you. I love you. Okay, hide. And thank you, Romy. I'm just trying to do appropriate etiquette. I love you. Okay, so Romy sends me this and she goes, Kim, what are you doing? Get over here and you got to check this out. Whoever did this. Now, guys, we have no idea. I'm out of my tree all the time because this is everything. And when I tell you, it is everything from the Sandra Birchmore case. Whoever put this together is, potentially godlike. So they have stuff on Sandra Birchmore, on Jared Bridgden. Is that right? Yeah. Jared Bridgden, Ellen Greenberg, the Lisk investigations, Harmony Montgomery, which I covered that case. Oh my gosh. I can't do kids, guys. Can't do it. I become unwell. Okay. Like I take it on and I think about it. And then I have dreams about this too, but it's just a totally different thing. And I just was unwell. I wanted to go right to to Concord, and I wanted Concord, New Hampshire. And I wanted to go punch all of them. Okay. Adam Montgomery, you're done. Kayla, I was just not well. And then also on this site, they have the Madeline Soto. So, let me do this before it goes. I'm so sorry. Tracy 617. I love your effing face. And, oh my gosh. And Mr. Betterow, we might have something going on with him. Stop. I can't even, I'll tell you at the end. Okay. So I shot my shot. We'll just say that. So, okay. We're going to get into our girl, and it's Sandra. And now, of course, okay, guys, if you don't know, I was on the TikTok and I would talk, I still talk all the S, but I was talking all the S every day. Just being every person that went up for testimony, I had something. I just wanted to do a recap so that everybody knew what was going on. Right. So I was so heavily involved in Karen Reed, and Dave Cullinan, my sidekick. Right. He's actually now, I think I'm his sidekick. He used to be mine. But we would do tag team, and that's how Dave and I met each other and we came together. But he also was instrumental in the Sandra Birchmore case. Him and Kirk Minahan. Kirk was the one who, did season 2 of the Case podcast, and Dave produced that bitch. So when I tell you, Dave is upper echelon now, right? We can't punch a proctor on him anymore. So he is doing all good things, and he knew everything. So he would tell me all the stuff that wasn't in reports. And this was all before the FBI came down the pike. So we were I was, even stuff that was off the record, I knew what was going on because he had interviewed so many goddamn people. And I was like, wow, this is a lot of information, and it's a whole lot for us to take in emotionally. So after the FBI affidavit, last week, that was last Wednesday. And then we had attorney Mark Betterow on with us on Sunday. I have no idea. Who am I? What day is it? Couldn't tell you. But on Sunday, Mr. Betterow came on with me, and he just went over kind of what those implications were from the affidavit. And then so when I was I'm traveling home, and I go, let me go on this freaking site. Let me hit up the crime timelines, and I'm going to read it I'm going to just read it and just go through everything. And when I did, seeing it in a different lens, guys, after having the after having the hindsight of the FBI, I said, we need to talk. immediately. We need like an urgent case conference of all of us. Okay. Oh, I know. Maddie Wags, you know you're my girl. God bless Dave. Okay. God bless Kirk Minahan and God bless Barstool Sports on this one, because they literally, Kirk Minahan, I think, is 2 for 2 on solving unsolved mysteries and crimes. So like, how do we get a job? Like, we've got iPhones and an education, ladies. Okay. I swear to God, put 5 friggin' broads on the FBI that have had a cheating boyfriend, and we would have there'd be no cold cases. Okay. I will find it. I will hunt you. It is over. Clink, clink. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's what I'm just thinking. Okay. So here we go. Now we're going to click this, and I hope this all does it together. Okay, we're in. All right. So it is Sandra Birchmore, and we are going down. And this shows Sandra's life. So we know that she was born in May 13th of 1997, and she was tragically unalived, in my opinion, and by the FBI. Their interpretation is by the hands of Matthew Farwell. All right, punch it. We'll call this, ready? It's going to be like F up a Farwell. That's what we'll do too. Okay. So we know this, and I really want to get into this site though, guys. I swear you guys need to actually look at this site, because you will go down a rabbit hole. It's hours and hours of stuff that we could look at. And it has a timeline. It has pictures that you had never seen before. I was like, oh, I was teleported. You guys know, I went from the Milky Way to another dimension, and I had no emotional capability to keep myself together. Oh my gosh, look at this. Lauren Mars 99. She tells us things are happening. I can feel it in my bones. Babes, when I tell you that the freaking hair on my arms stands right up, stands up. When we were talking about how all the emotions of us getting the affidavit from the FBI, Farwell being arrested, and then all of this information coming down, and you're so emotionally stressed out by it, but at the same time, you're so happy that she is going to have, finally, Sandra is being heard. She is seen. Look at this baby. I don't even know where it is on the screen, but look at her. Look at her, babes. When she was 12 years old, she looked like she was 8. When she was 23 years old, she looked like she was 14. Okay. I mean, Sandra was, she just was so young looking. She would have been catted till she was 52, because she did not age. She was such a young, innocent looking lovey, and I just am disgusted, enraged as a woman, disgusted as a citizen, and it brings up a lot of emotional things. And I think for anybody who has been either if you've been a victim of CSA, or if you've just been, if you've known somebody who has been a victim, if you are a victim of SA, this triggers so much within you that you just want to scream and kind of raise your voice louder. So this is where now I'm on a mission for Sandra. Now, I know that it's already done. Mizzy did all the work. Kirk and Dave did all the work. But I'm going to tell you this, babes, until we get into that trial, we need to 110% keep talking and fight for her and keep fighting, because it's not over, and it's not going to be over until he gets life in prison or the death penalty, in my humble opinion. Farwell and so many others, get ready. Clink, clink, baby. Sandy G, you tell him. Okay. All right. So, okay, we're doing all the things. All right. So, oh my gosh. And guys, this is my first by the self show. Thank you for joining me. Okay. Sorry. All right. So here we go. We're going to go down. She has all these documents. Read all of this independently. it just goes through every single thing to keep it in order in your brain. And if you're like me and you have to go on 17 different paths to get to where you're going, this is an incredible resource. Oh, thank you. All right. So here we go. Okay. Okay, we're going to go. Oh, hello. Hello, Springs 2016. Hey, that website belongs to my friend. Your friend, Irina and Nerdy Addict and the Secret Cervix. Irina is watching too. Irina, send us how do we support this? Because this is incredible. I was actually asking, I wish I knew who created this site. How can we contribute, or how is it that we can thank you for the work that you have done in this timeline? Guys, it almost reminds me of Brandy. You know how Brandy Churchwell in the Karen Reed trial did her timelines that were able to, for me, as somebody who needs to see it in a specific order for it to register in my brain. I'm very good at memory, but it's just difficult for me to sometimes place everything in chronological order. This site is that for Sandra. And Hello Springs, I thank you. I thank you so much for letting me know this. Irina, if you want to email me, I would love to get your information out. And Nerdy Addict, you guys are angels. And the Secret Cervix as well. Thank you so much. Okay. So, seriously, we love your faces. The Secret Cervix. I know. Oh, Lord, that is quite fantastic. Somebody had okay, I'm sorry. I'm Secret Cervixing right now. Okay. Sandra Birchmore's complex, the apartment, right? And they knew this from Stoughton, guys. Now, tell me how we didn't have any probable cause, or that Mass State Police and that mother flipper, John Fanning, didn't have any reason to press charges on Matt Farwell at any point in the last 3.5 years since this was all going on, when you had this information. And even though the medical examiner ruled it one way, I call BS. F up a Farwell. Dina, congrats on your solo show. What is the name of the website? It is crimetimelines.com. Thank you so much, Dina. Okay. Oh, now I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, she's touching things. All right, so here we go. We saw all this. Look at this door. I hate this. Matthew Farwell told troopers for the blue light, told troopers that he visited Sandra Birchmore on the evening of February 1st, telling her that he wasn't the father of her baby. Are you F up a Farwell? But she didn't make any self-takeout comments. Matt said that he was straightforward in his conversation with her and told her it was all over, and he was blocking her from all forms of communication. Fanning wrote, "You are sorry, that was an odd sound. You are so full of shit up to your eyeballs, Farwell." And Fanning, you're going to take it. If it was me that said that to Fanning, you know what he would have said? He would have said, hey, lady, I'm putting you in a damn cell, okay? He wouldn't even have read me my Miranda rights, because we know how those Stoughton cops play, okay? You know what I'm saying? But he's so full of it. And Fanning was so complicit, guys. And he was so he was picking up what he was putting down, and he was sold hook, line, and sinker, or there was something very nefarious going on between Fanning and Farwell. I don't know. Also, Mr. Sean McDonough made some very interesting posts today about potential homosexual erotic behavior between Brian Albert and other police officers. And that's why he's so mean and angry and beats people up, allegedly. I was like, oh my Lord. Oh, and then you see them playing, grab each other's ham hocks at the waterfall. I can't. All right. what's the link? Okay, the link for the website, guys, is crimetimelines.com. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it right into the the YouTube thingy at the bottom, like where you put the description. I'll put it in there. But I really hope that Irina, the Secret Cervix, or Nerdy Addict could just email me at legalnursekim@gmail.com, and I'll get all of their information out for all of us to follow them. Okay, here we go. So that was wild. Okay, so then we see, oh, look at, this was the last, guys, this was the last time. Look at Sandra. I don't even know. I can't make it bigger. I'm so sorry, guys. But Sandra is just, look at her. She's 4'11". She's so small. We could put her in our friggin' pocket, okay? And she was out brushing everything off of her car, the snow. She was like, oh, no, thank you. And she knew that the blizzard was coming, and she had ordered some food to her house. So she was like, dude, everything is going well. And then this dink is ruining her life in more ways than one. And we know that. So then they call the wellness check, which we know about. And we knew that on February 4th, 2021, school officials contacted, School officials contacted the school resource officer to check on Sandra Birchmore because she hadn't shown up to work in 3 freaking days. Officers Cotard, Brady, and Yeaton responded to 3307 Windsor Wood Way to make contact with Sandra. When they arrived, no one answered the door. Then Sandra's vehicle was noted in the apartment complex to the parking lot and covered in snow and had not been moved since the snowfall on Monday, the 1st of February. And the officers spoke with the property manager who provided a key, and they got in at 11:46 a.m. Bibs, they found Sandra in a bedroom, deceased, with a black strap around her neck, tied to a bedroom closet door. Now, this was a little, when we get into the documents, I'm going to tell you that didn't really make sense because the police report says that she had a scarf around her neck. So we all were emotionally all over the damn place because we were like, well, wait a minute, is it a scarf or was it this strap? But it actually was the strap. And allegedly it was from an ACU Army duffel bag. And who was in the Army, babes? Both the Farwells, Matthew and William. And they were like, kind of very high up, at least William was. And I know that Matthew ended up being some explosives expert from 2004 to 2008. So I was like, okay. All right. And Sandra had gone to like Army boot camp, but she ended up getting kicked out. So I was like, she wouldn't have had an Army duffel bag because they don't give Army duffel bags unless you're actually in the Army. I don't know if they give them to you or let you keep them from boot camp if you get, removed from it. Okay, so this is the Windsor Way. We're not gonna go over this because we want to go through the Mass State Police. But look at Sandra. She was discovered in the seated position. Guys, this might get a little bit, sorry, just while I read certain parts, I'm going to give like a warning. So Sandra was discovered in the seated position on her floor with a scarf. What? See, here it is again, the freaking scarf. It was a duffel bag strap, but okay. A duffel bag strap. And she was discovered in the seated position on the floor with a scarf tightly affixed around her neck and secured to the closet door. Another officer noted that the strap was tied to the bedroom closet door handle. There was no visible signs of trauma to the head or defensive abrasions on her hands. You know where there was defensive abrasions, babe? Her nose, la nariz, okay? That's where she had some defensive abrasions because she was doing this. Saying like, hey, and she couldn't, he 100% overpowered her at 6'4". And, I don't know how much he weighed, but probably like 240, 250. I don't know. And it said that there was a large pooling of dried blood around her mouth. And the skin discoloration, she unfortunately was already cyanotic, and that's blue. And she had lividity, and it indicated she had been unalive for an extended period of time. And this is where I can't emotionally like wrap my head around the fact that a cell phone was on the floor located approximately 12 inches from her right hand and 6 inches from her bent right knee. Babes, I said this with Mr. Betterow, if you are wanting to check out, right? And especially if you're telling me that a 23-year-old between, 10 and 12 week pregnant woman wants to check out and she decides that this is the route I want to go versus I am not encouraging clearly, please do not do that. Call 988. But there are many other options that would not be slow and painful as this way, as is described, was for her to go. Oh, impulse decision. Oh, Kelly, I'm so glad you could. Oh, interesting. Interesting that you could show up when I know that you're so busy and have other platforms and cooler people to hang out with than good old Nurse Kim, your best friend, who you wouldn't have had a dinner with Karen Reed if it wasn't for the love of Nurse Kim. But who am I? Just a peasant these days, I see. Okay. And then, okay, now I need everybody to I need you to not black out over this. I'm sure you already know this, but it enrages me every time I read it. Okay. So the report from State Police Trooper Matthew Dunn described finding Birchmore's body in her bedroom on February 4th, 2021. He said he found no indications of physical abuse or bruising, swelling, external trauma, or markings that suggested a struggle. He's clearly a little slow. Chris Adams and Caitlin Bulger of the medical examiner's office took custody of the body. And she's probably related to Whitey bitch, okay? And that's why they didn't do the right thing. That was not a funny joke. But swabs of Birchmore's body, hair, fingernail clippings, and clothing that she was wearing were taken for a sexual assault kit. But Barden wrote, Dr. Barden, who was the family medical examiner who reviewed the findings of the autopsy, babes, he says that it appears the evidence was not tested. I'm so sorry. You're going to tell me that you find a 23-year-old pregnant girl in her apartment with laundry. This is what keeps Betterow up at night, is the laundry from the not taken from the washer to the dryer. Babe, you're going to tell me that you took all of the items that you would have needed to have him by the balls. When I tell you Farwell would have been so fucked, sent up the river, sorry, pardon me, sent up the river so fast, had any of these, the sexual assault kit, fingernail clippings, anything, body, hair, and her clothing wasn't tested. Okay. You all need to be fired. The ME office, OCME, I recommend that you all wrap it up, okay? Put your tails between your legs, ask for forgiveness, and pray to Jesus that you haven't muffed up another 1,000 cases in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Because I'll tell you this, I want to defund your ass. You've almost lost your funding. You've almost lost your certification 3 different times. I'm making a call. Who am I calling? I don't know, but I'm going to complain. I'm going to complain and say that this is now another example. How many examples do we need to bring to oversight committees that says this is absurd? This isn't even negligence. This is malfeasance. This is intentional. This is it is malice is what it is. Okay. You all should be charged for your malice in the inability for you to do the right thing and to find and to investigate the way that you are supposed to, in my humble opinion. In both cases. Yes. Thank you, Romy. It is insanity. And look, okay, here we go. Emmy's office. Boom, boom, boom. Thank you, Lovey. You are right. It's unacceptable. Like, guys, we have to fight back because they see, here's the problem is that, like, I had some shit to talk about Chief McNamara today. Like, I was like, she's as guilty and she's as responsible, in my humble opinion, as the others are. And some people are in the camp of, no, she's not. She at least did the internal affairs investigation. And unfortunately, I don't give a shit. I don't give one shit that you did the right thing after a tragedy and an injustice occurred on your fucking watch. Sorry, pardon me. I'm sorry. I'm just worked out. Like these are things that are inappropriate. It's not only inappropriate, but you knew it. And you're never going to tell me that you didn't know it. And I think that this culture is toxic, man. When I tell you that I believe that it's deep, I believe that it's pervasive, and I believe that that in order for you to rise in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts in any form of policing and or medical examining at this point, and the Mass State Crime Lab, let's not get into that because we're just going to F everyone up, including Morrissey, because he had his hands in the crime lab as well. That was all in Norfolk County. Like, come on. So, you know, I'm at the point where I'm not picking up what you're putting down. I think you're all full of shit and you're all replaceable. Like, you're all cogs in a wheel that keep the system going. And it's always going to keep going unless we break it. Okay. And how are we going to break it, guys? Daenerys Targaryen, first of her name, burn it down. Okay. Stacey Faith Travels, thank you, love. Make it make sense. It's maddening. I don't know how to. We all need to, like, you know, just collectively take serious action. Okay. Yes, absolutely. And it all starts at there it is. There it is, Grumpy Granny. You've got it. You got it. It all starts, the fish rots from the head, babe. If nothing else that we learned, right, from Whitey, from, you know, The Departed. Let's all go watch and also I have a bone to pick. I know he'd never see it, but any of you Wahlberg brothers, hi, call me and Dave, all right? Because we'd like to do a 2-season friggin' show of how you did Boston's Finest with Brian Albert. I'd like you to recant the show, and I'd like you to have Boston's finest investigative reporters, journalism, beat kids. And who are we? It's got to be, you got to have Turtle Boy. You got to have LTL. You got to have Cully. You got to, Kirk Minahan is too big. He's Barstool. He doesn't need it. But hey, Wahlbergs, get your shit together. All right. So, and everybody else too. And everybody else too. But okay, so then the toxicology report found that Sandra Birchmore was taking Zoloft. Bitch, she was taking Zoloft. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Who gives a crap? Thank you for sharing. But no other drugs in her system. I was thinking to myself, okay, like, had she done this? Had she, like, perhaps taken a bottle of Valium? Or, like, hit up a couple of... I don't even know, oxycodone, hydrocodone. Did you have any from a tooth extraction? Like, what are you doing this for if you were so depressed and, like Dave wrote, an impulsive decision? And it just wasn't that, I do not believe it was that. And all that came up in her toxicology report was that antidepressant Zoloft. So, and then we talked about this already, but how in the Christ was Sandra Birchmore's family the people who found her necklace? Okay. That was lying in the floor on her bedroom, that was consisted of a thin gold chain with a pink flamingo charm. The family members observed that the necklace's chain was broken, ganked off because it wasn't by the clasp. Okay. Look at this. This is a tiny cheetah. I got this for Mother's Day. I'm a cheetah, or a puma. I don't know. So, but the family is who finds her necklace and says, "Oh, this is very odd. I find this very interesting. Should we look into this, detectives? Should we?" Hello? Anybody listening? We don't know. Yes. Fran, was the necklace not collected as evidence? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. But it looks like, as usual, there are issues with Canton investigations and then with Mass State Police. This is, if anything else, guys, this is making, and as much as anyone wants to say there's no relation to Karen Reed, there's no relation to Karen Reed, it's all connected. I don't give a shit. It's all connected. They all are connected. They are all the same players. And if there is malfeasance and malice in one, you bet your bottom dollar that we're going to find corruption, malfeasance, and malice in Karen's. And when the feds do their next data dump, I'll be ready. I'll be putting on real glasses with an actual prescription. And I'm going to read them. And I'm going to love them. And I'm going to post it on every platform to go like this. Hey, ooh, I got something for you. I got something for you right here. Woo, right? To all the Commonwealth supporters that say that there's nothing there. Oh, okay. So, okay, then we knew this. Okay, so now when we get to February 1st at 9:13 p.m., Sandra's phone was locked, right? And at February 1st, at 9:40, Sandra's phone registered 8 steps. I'm under the belief that that was Matthew Farwell. If you ask me, just saying allegedly, I believe that that was him. I don't think she did those 8 steps. And then because he left too soon afterwards. Then February 3rd, February 3rd of 2021, the device powered off because of battery loss. It just died. So, okay, then we know that on February 1st, there was 3 minutes before Matthew Farwell was captured on the surveillance leaving Birchmore's apartment. And in my mind, guys, those 8 steps represent him moving her and putting her from wherever he had strangled her and then sat her up. But he was walking, and I think he was dragging, or he was doing something with her to bring her to another location. And then when he was moving and doing all of the positioning to set up the crime scene to look as though she had self-checked out, that's when we had this. So, okay. And then there was no additional steps found. We know that. Okay, so the first autopsy, Maria Del Mar Capo Martinez, doctor. She, in May of 2021, her medical examiner's autopsy noted that Birchmore's hyoid bone, the U-shaped bone in the front of the neck right here, was fractured on the right side, and that she suffered from petechial hemorrhages of the bulbar and palpebral conjunctiva. And additionally, the medical examiner concluded that Birchmore had hemorrhage in her sternothyroid muscle, and that is all in your neck as well. Now, guys, what I'm going to say about this is that I said it with Mr. Federow, is that I cannot get past this medical examiner finding the finding that she did and ruling it a self-takeout. I just can't do it. I can't. You're never going to make it okay. I'm never going to say it's okay. She found a finding that only occurs in domestic violence and in, strangulations and deaths of homicide that are committed by another person. And she stated that this was a self-checkout. And I will never forgive this physician. I think that she needs clearly additional training. She needs to, I don't know what pressure was put on her by state police, by Fanning, because he seems like he can put pressure on people, and he might have put more pressure than Puncher Proctor could have, because Proctor's kind of a pansy. But I don't know. And we'll have to hear from her, but I bet you she'll tell the story and say that she was not uneducated enough to not know that what she found was what she found. Tracy, Nurse Kim, you're my person. I feel like you take the words out of my effing mouth. Oh, from one from one gal to another. I hear you. Thank you, Tracy. So then she determines this, like we said, as asphyxia by hanging. And it was a partial weight bearing hanging. It never made sense to me. Then the Stoughton police, what was this one? Yeah, they released a statement to the report, but we'll go into that. Let's just get these documents now up, guys, because this is going to blow your mind when you see them all together. Is this it? Is this 62 pages? Let's see. Yes. Okay, we've got it. All right, babes. Let us go. All right. No, she's figuring it out. All right, so this is from Dunn. Now, Dunn's in the beginning, and then he kind of like fades away, and it's all, and then it all becomes Trooper Fanning for whatever reason. And, well, actually, don't say that, Kim. We know for what reason that it becomes Fanning, okay? Okay, so on the 4th at 11:45, Trooper Dunn was notified by the Norfolk desk officers that Canton police officers and detectives were on the scene and investigating an apparent takeout of an adult female of that apartment. And they contacted crime scene services and Kevin Tufts, who was another trooper, and they were assigned to the unit. Okay, great. Thank you. We appreciate you. Now, what did I want to talk about here? No. They got the key from the property manager. We knew all of that. But where is it where it says that Daniel Whitley was there? Detective, okay, they entered the apartment, which had been held and secured by Canton police for our arrival. There was a kitchenette immediately upon entry to the left side. There was a living room area directly in front of the entranceway. They observed a short hallway. Thank you for laying out the plan of the apartment, you asswipe. You couldn't have done a better investigation. Sorry, just saying. Oy. I noted the interior was generally unorganized. Your mother, who cares? Stop it. And unkempt, and the countertops in the kitchenette were almost entirely covered with personal items, to include postal correspondence, junk mail, medication, and trash, and an ultrasound photograph. Stop. I hate that. And Birchmore's name and date of birth were printed on the ultrasound. Okay, now this is going to piss me off, guys. I proceeded to the living room. I noted trash and clumps of cat fur. Okay, who is this again? This is Dunn. Ding up a Dunn, you screwball. And there was cat and fur on the carpet and had not been cleaned or vacuumed. I swear to God, I ever commit a crime and someone documents that I didn't vacuum something, I'm going to be charged for another crime. I am going to be charged for a crime as an Italian. I'm Irish and Italian. I do the most cleaning of my home approximately an hour before guests arrive, okay? If I didn't know you were coming, leave me alone, okay? That I didn't vacuum. I got something for you, Trooper Dunn. Okay, another one. Okay. So then, Then he says that there was two glass end tables, a dining room table, a glass coffee couch. Thank you for the inventory, and a television stand with a television. Fantastic. Okay. So he goes to the bedroom. All right. So this was interesting because there was a desk lamp that he goes into the bedroom and he observed Birchmore on the floor. And there was a desk lamp that turned on and color Christmas lights around the window that was still there. Now, guys, we remember and I understand, listen, at my house, I am one that I would love to keep up Christmas lights all the time. Are you kidding me? If I could have 4th of July lights and it was appropriate, I would do it. But I just thought it was interesting, to understand that, maybe she was trying to keep the joy of Christmas alive. Do you know what I mean? Because I I think that she was so joyful about the news, and although she was having so much resistance from Matthew Falwell allegedly, that that she wanted to keep her spirits risen, and I just thought that that was an interesting note in that report, and that the room was cluttered and untimely. Oh, you son of a! With items covering the desk and plastic storage table with drawers. Yep, we know. Thank you. Okay, now, let's just go back here. So this was something that I found very interesting, guys. This is when they say that among the scattered items inside her bedroom was they noted a US Army ACU pattern duffel bag. Now, Bits, tell me, does anybody who went to do we have any veterans here? Because I went down a rabbit hole and I thought it was an Alice bag that like new recruits or boot camp gets, but I don't I thought that ACU stood for Army Combat Uniform, but somebody told me that it was like Army Camo Uniform. So if anyone can correct me, I would wicked appreciate that. Yeah. Okay. Well, if anybody does figure it out and you want to tell me, I would appreciate you. White lights. Yes. And then, so after concluding the examination of the apartment, he noted nothing suspicious and no signs of a struggle. She's new at English. No sign of a struggle having taken place. Despite the clutter, all items appeared to be in their intended locations. Oh, so now he diagnoses. Oh, he diagnoses. So she had doom piles like we do if you have ADD and you know exactly where everything is. Like you put your mail in a stack. Oh God, it's terrible. But you know exactly where everything is. Now he knows. He knows it all. Oh, okay. And that no items appeared to have been knocked over or strewn about. Oh, okay, thank you. And the walls showed no signs of scuff marks or indentation, and no drag marks were visible on the floor or carpeting. I would like to ask him, does he know if Windsor Woods has low or high carpeting? Because most apartment complexes don't have shag rugs in them. So who are you seeing dragged across a carpeted rug in an apartment complex? Come on, done. Use your brain. Okay, then Birchmore's cell phone, we knew about that, that it was found 12 inches from her right hand, 6 inches from her right knee. And then Trooper done. Here we go. Oh, no, not done. Is this done? Yeah, it's still done. Oh, look at this. I laughed at this one, guys. On February 17th, 2021, he writes, blank was asked about what, if any, observation he made about Birchmore in the time she had been employed at the school. Hey, Trooper Dunn, are you and Lally pals? You guys know each other? You what, if any, each other on the regular? Oh. Okay, and he had spoken. Okay, this is real. That's really not like read all of them when you can, guys. I just want to do the highlight stuff that like I was very, very interested in. No, that's not the one. When asked about her observations and okay, this one kind of is interesting. So it is just saying that they spoke with, who did they speak with? Who is this? I think this is maybe a supervisor at the East Elementary School in Sharon, where Sandra worked. Oh, Madeline Wags. Jessica in the chat is an Army vet and knows the Falwells. Yeah, Jessica Levy. Hi. I would love to have you on because I saw what you wrote. I don't know how to do that because I have too many screens going right now to like ask you on, but I would love to have you on because I saw that you know them personally, and I think that it would behoove us and it would be beneficial to the community to kind of know what they were both like when they were in, in the armed services. And I think that she knew them when they were in training as well. And we all knew from their childhood, guys, that they were like bad kids. No offense, like, because you can be a bad kid and not be a schmurderer. But at the end of the day, they were like, they were pretending to be authority figures. They pretended to be cops, okay, and then became cops. Like, those are the, dude, if nothing else, like maybe the boys who are dressing up and impersonating officers, perhaps we shall not give them a badge. I don't know. What could go wrong? Punch a Proctor. F up a Falwell. Okay. So, all right. Then, okay. So then this, whoever this person is, this must be your supervisor, when asked about her observations of Birchmore's behavior and performance at work, she stated that Birchmore struggled with what was expected of her. She stated that overall, Birchmore was not very good at her job. And she cited specifics stating that she often had to redirect Birchmore and that she required more guidance than should have been expected. Now, babes, she also said that she had to correct Birchmore for being on her cell phone and laptop computer for personal reasons at inappropriate times. Now, I want to tell you this, that just as somebody who is a medical professional, just somebody who is, that I deal with, unfortunately, dual diagnosis patients, that I deal with domestic violence, addiction, substance use disorder, just a lot of different things. I have seen that sometimes, specifically in a younger population of women who have been in abusive, coercive, domestic violence situations, and I can't recall any specific grooming situations from childhood that I can think off the top of my head, but Sandra was like monitored by Falwell, okay? And he did it in like a you're crazy and like in a way that would make her question herself, guys, right? So he was like, oh, so you turned off your location? Boo, get away from me. Why are you stalking what I'm doing? You got a wife at home, 2 kids, and 1 on the way. Maybe I could turn it off to go to Panera. You mother, are you kidding me? Who are you? And then she's like, oh, of course, I'll turn it back on. I'm so sorry. And she's thinking like she was in the wrong for whatever, if it turned off even automatically, or when it was doing it was, maybe on a, what is it called? Like an update on an iPhone. I don't friggin' know. But like he was always making her, in my review of the documents that we have seen, that like she's in the wrong. She has done bad. She is the bad one, and then she would be apologizing to him when he is abusing her. Now, guys, that's very, very, very common, unfortunately, in abusive, coercive relationships, in domestic violence relationships. Like somebody, you can try to put a boundary with them, and then they are going to do a cycle, right? They're going to love bomb you. They're going to tell you that you are everything, blah, blah, blah. But then you end up being the one who is apologizing to them for their egregious behavior. Oh, I punch a Proctor. Everyone stop punching Proctors and effing up Falwells if you got one behind you. Okay, ready? Just get it out. Oh, what did Davo say? Oh, and her trauma didn't help. Yeah, you guys are right. You're also right. Let me just look and see what we're talking, what we can, if there's anything that I need to stop and listen to you. Yeah, she was just, I think that he made her feel like she was damaged before he did the damage to her. Do you know what I'm saying? And I want to say this very clearly. Damage was done to Sandra Birchmore Sandra Birchmore was not damaged. And I'll say it louder for the people in the back who need to hear it, because like it's just not okay to think that someone's looking at her in one way if he was the one who damaged her, in my opinion. Yes, yes, queen, yes. So that's just my 2 cents. So okay, then we went into that the supervisor also thought that when she talked about relationships that Sandra seemed a little off. She tended to overshare a lot of personal information about herself, even on her first day of employment at school. When asked to elaborate, said that Birchmore had shared with her unprompted, intimate details about her personal life. She stated that Birchmore told her that she was dating a police officer who was 10 or 11 years older than her. Birchmore had stated her boyfriend already had 2 other children. At one point, Birchmore had told her that she saw his ex at Starbucks, which she found to be very unprofessional. This is from the supervisor saying that. And that these types of conversations were always unsolicited, and other employees at the school had previously remarked about Birchmore's oversharing personal details unprompted. Now, I just want to say like that this is also very classic, guys, like from a medical professional standpoint, that I believe that Sandra Birchmore had lost her rocks in her life, her grounding, her grandmother, her mother. And, yes, she had other family members. Yes, I'm sure that I've seen through the documents that, yes, she had a friend or a couple of friends, but they were kind of like transient, right? But it is very on par with an abuser to make your world smaller and smaller. After Sandra had lost her actual foundation in life, being her mother and her grandmother when her father was not ever present in her life, I think that is when, there was an ability to isolate and really just keep her from kind of building other trusting relationships with other, like a lot of other people or a normal social circle, because everything revolved around him, right? So with that being said, her sharing that with employees, those are her coworkers. And I think that she believed that they were her friends, like, oh, you're going to be my friend. I'm just meeting you at, I'm meeting you today, but we're going to be pals. So, those are definitely things that you would look at and say, that's kind of a classic sign, because she was not able to have those conversations, I don't believe, with many others. Yes. Yes, absolutely, Karen. I agree. Perhaps she thought these women were her friends. It was a small group. Um, I'm sorry. And what does this say? These other 2 scumbags, his brother and Divine, need to be arrested and punished. I totally agree. Ask Bob. I'm really feeling like it's coming. Debbie L., where was she working at? That is, she was at, oh gosh, oh my God, South Elementary, or I'm so sorry. Let me get back to it. I apologize. It was East Elementary School in Sharon. Okay. Now let us go down here. And so I wanted to just go over that with us, because you are my best friends and I love your face. And I just, I kind of felt passionately about maybe giving a little context with that, if possible. And again, this is just my opinion, guys. You can think of, you can think, hey, you're not right, Kim. And it wouldn't be the first time. All right. So, Yeah, no, we don't care about that one. Where is the one that I really want? Sorry, guys, bear with me. You're too kind. Contacted. Oh, she was up in New Hampshire. Oh, do I care about that one? No, not that much. Oh God, I don't know if I want to go into that. Okay, we're gonna go into it. Sorry. All right, so guys, on February, this was February 17th, 2021. At 1:08, they did an emergency conducted phone interview with someone who is a family member of Sandra Birchmore's, and it was her emergency contact at her apartment complex, and had been notified already of the death of Sandra by the Canton Police Department. And although Tufts asked if they could do a in-person interview, she said, no, I want to just do this over the phone. And this family member said that Sandra lived with her in Stoughton until approximately November 14th of 2020. And at which time Birchmore moved into her own apartment in Canton. And she stated that she had some issues with Birchmore while they lived together, and stated that Birchmore's mother had passed away in 2016. And around that time, other family members had passed away as well, i.e. her grandmother. This was a very difficult time for Birchmore, and she appeared to change at that time. When asked to elaborate, they stated that Birchmore would get stressed out and would have fits and was screaming and yelling. She further stated that Birchmore tended to blame her for many of her own issues. She was like blaming her aunt or whoever this is. Then she went on to state that Sandra Birchmore had belonged to the Stoughton Police Explorers Program, and she was very well known to the police department. Now take that as you shall. She said that she had spoken with Sandra on Monday the 1st at 4:30 p.m. She made no mention of any negative issues, and she requested that they had asked her to check the time. It was 4:25, and that Birchmore was discussing food she planned to order, which got delivered to the apartment complex. And then she stated that she was aware that Birchmore was pregnant and that the father of the baby was Matthew Farwell. They stated that Birchmore had previously mentioned that she and Farwell had been talking through their issues regarding Farwell signing the birth certificate, and was asked if she was aware of any allegations or signs of abuse between Farwell and Birchmore, which she stated she was not. Okay, and then, no, do I care about this one? Oh no, I don't care about that one. This is, again, guys, this is 62 pages. You do want to go through it all, because it is so good to see all 62 pages of them. I just really want to hit one thing because I've already been on for an hour. I don't even know. I'm so sorry. I'm just like blabbering over here. Conducted the interview. Oh, no, I don't. Another person. No, I don't care about that one. Well, I do care about it. We care about all of them. Post an interview. No. I want the one that says that she was preyed upon. No. Oh, come on, Kim. I'm sorry, guys. This is so good, though. Everyone should be able to pull it up right on crimetimelines.com. Oh, Kim, where is it? Oh, okay. Here we go. Here we go, babes. We got it. She's in business. All right. So this one is, okay, this is a friend. This is just an alleged friend, right? Okay. So this is on February 8th of 2021 that Trooper Dunn conducts a phone interview of someone. Oh, thank you so much, Sand and Sea. I appreciate you. You're the best, and I love your face. Thank you. Okay, so they had information on the death of Sandra Birchmore, and approximately within 2 weeks of her death, they had breakfast, and it turned into a long conversation. Bop, bada, beep, beep, beep. Stated that she believed that Birchmore began a relationship with Farwell at the Stoughton Police Department. Now, all of this, guys, was all redacted, heavily redacted, right? But we know that all of this kind of lines up exactly with the FBI timeline. And she stated she did not have firsthand knowledge about this, but she knew it through acquaintances. And then, according to this girl, Birchmore had previously enlisted in the military at one point, but got kicked out. She stated that Birchmore's mother and grandmother had all died in a very short period of time, and her support network had broken down. Now, wait. Okay. That Birchmore was pursuing Farwell to sign the baby's birth certificate, and she further stated that Matt's brother. Now, babes, we get into it. She states this brought. Now, I don't know who it is. Dave, who is this one? Are you still on with me? I don't even know if he's here. David, Mr. Cullinane, do you know who is the friend that said that Matt's brother, Billy Farwell, had informed Matt's wife about the affair? Stop it. Because we knew, Booze, that that allegedly, right, she was going to send the text message. This is all via the FBI, that she was like feeling froggy. She was about to leap, bitch. Okay. And she was about to say, you know what, Matt? F up a Farwell. That's what she was going to do. But did Billy tell? I didn't know that. Yes, Madeline Wags, I know. Like, this is the stuff. This is why we need to know from David, because I'm very interested. Because if you remember, guys, Dave came on with me and Mr. Betterow on Sunday night, and he was like, he thought that Billy was singing like a canary down in New Mexico. He was like, oh no, he's talking all the shit. Like, he's getting himself out of a jam any way possible. So I'm interested to see to see if this is accurate. Okay. So, that Billy Farwell had informed Matt's wife about the affair. Stop. And then at that time, Matt's wife confronted him. He denied it. When questioned again, stated that he did not have firsthand knowledge about this, but that the information had been relayed to her. She once again stated that so-and-so, blank, heavily redacted, you frigga, would know the specifics, and did state that blank had told her that Birchmore had previously told blank that Farwell's wife knew about the affair. Whatever. That's a long way for us to get from point A to point B. But what do we know, babes? That allegedly, friggin' Billy Boy, our Sweet Valley High twin, okay, was actually telling on his brother. You're telling on your brother when you're also like literally participating in abuse of Sandra Birchmore? You ballsy Farwell. You F up a Farwell. Sorry. A Sweet Valley High reference. Sorry, that was a specific genre of people. Oh, Beach Gal. I'm sorry, Beach Gal. I don't mean you to be lost. Just go to crimetimelines.com and go read it all. Because they're kind of confusing just because of the redaction. But I know that Dave will confirm, because we're going to do a live tomorrow night, me and Dave, I think on TikTok. But okay, so they went to 5th and 6th grade. She ends up going to the military, blah, 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 still married. Now, okay, now I think that we know this, guys, but if you don't know this, there was another friend that said that Sandra had baby fever, right? And they do this interview with her, and that she told her about the baby's father, about the pregnancy a few days after Christmas. And apparently the father was upset about the pregnancy, and then Sandra kicked him out of the apartment. Then she stated that Birchmore says that Matthew Farwell allegedly said, "I wish you would unalive yourself, and I wish you were dead." Now, this all happened, guys, within literally 6 weeks of Sandra Birchmore not being with us on this earth anymore, and her baby not being with us anymore. And yeah, I just, like, my heart is broken over that. And I also don't like this friend, because this is the one who she ends up calling the Stoughton Police Department and said that she estimates that Sandra owed her $248. Boo. This is what you're going to put your friend's life at risk over? And that she needed Birchmore to pay some of it back. This was on or about January 16th. And she said that Sandra said, "I'll pay you $150 back that night." She never got it. She probably didn't Venmo her. And then she got irritated, and she ends up calling over to file a police report if Birchmore didn't start to pay the money back that she owed. And on the 20th, she called the police department and said that there was a monetary dispute. They were advised that this is a civil matter. She became upset and responded to the officer on the phone, insinuating that the Stoughton officer or detective that Birchmore is engaged in a sexual relationship with should tell her to pay it back, the money that she owes. And then she received a phone call from Birchmore shortly after that. Lori 909, thank you so much. I wicked appreciate you. Mwah. And so, that is that, guys. So, all over $248, you put your girlfriend's life at risk. You end up, she ends up unalived, and it's just horrific. And then there was, okay, we're still only on page 40, guys. Like, this is obnoxious. We'll do a part 2 of this. I just want to hit the one thing that was, because I know that everybody's going to want to go watch and see Turtle Boy. I don't know what time he starts. Oh, yeah, that you want. We don't need to really go through that one. But there is Trooper Garino. Okay, babes. We're hitting the jackpot again. So now, March 11th, 2021, Sergeant John Fanning. Let's F up a Fanning, right, too. And, okay, so at noontime, he meets with Matt Farwell at the Norfolk District Attorney's Office in Canton. He asked Matthew for consent to retrieve the data off his phone relative to the investigation into the death of Sandra Birchmore. Matthew read and signed the consent form, and he took possession of the phone, and Trooper Nicholas Garino extracted the data, and he gave the phone back to good old Monster Matt. Now, babes, I need you to take a look at this, because I blacked out. Can I make this bigger? Who am I? What am I doing? All right, I don't even know. Maybe this? Okay, that's a highlighter. Look at this. Okay. All right, here it is. Can you see that? No, you can't. I am so sorry. Oh my gosh, it's working. Okay. Oh, you probably still can't see it. I'm so sorry. So Matthew Farwell has been informed by Sergeant John Fanning. He gives over his iPhone 11, and he does all of his initials, babes. Listen to this. He says this piece of garbage related to he writes the suicide death of Sandra Birchmore. How do you know it's a suicide, Matt? How do you know it's a suicide, Matty boy? Because on this date, no one had ruled anything, and I'm pretty sure, you son of a bee, that on March 11th, 2021, the medical examiner report had not been done yet, but you're writing the suicide death in order to hand over your phone. Just take that in, guys. Take it in. Oh, he is a son of a b. All right. So, okay. Now, then, okay. That was, okay. Now this one is, okay. He met, sorry. I care about all of these guys. I just want to, oh, it had been? Josie, what are you telling me March 9th? Okay, never mind. Okay, just making sure. When questioned, Birchmore named the baby's father. No, we don't care about that. Well, we do. We care about, sorry, I'm just saying for this. Fell out of touch. They connected. Oh, is this it? This has got to be it. No. Oh, come on, Kim. Okay, there was one that I wanted to find, guys. And if I can't find it right in here, it was just, oh, this is a good one. Oh, crap. We got to read this. Okay, I'm reading this. And then I promise I'll let you go. I'm so sorry. So listen. So, okay, on April 26th, Sergeant Fanning writes this letter to Gerard Madaliano, okay? And he goes, on March 10th, I received a letter from the Norfolk DA office from attorney Patrick Hanley. Hanley is known to me and represents Detective Matthew Farwell from Stoughton Police. Hanley represents a lot of cops, I heard. Hanley represents a lot of Norfolk cops, I heard. Okay? And isn't that interesting that Fanning knows Hanley? And it's not just known to him because of the Matt Farwell connect. It's known to him probably because it's on like a Rolodex of attorneys to call when we're up S Creek without a paddle, babes. All right. So, he had some, okay, so ready. Attorney Hanley called me earlier in the week to tell me that he was sending me a letter on behalf of Matthew in regards to some unanswered questions regarding the relationship in response to some of the questions I had. I have read the letter and it is attached to this report. Okay, I'm sure that all of you know this. I'm sure that all of you know this. Yes. Okay. So dear Sergeant Fanning, I am writing to follow up with you on recent conversations and prior interviews you have had with my client, Matthew Farwell. Bullshit. There was one other interview. It wasn't multiple other interviews, unless you're saying that when you signed over your iPhone 11, Matty boy, when you were already writing what Sandra's cause of death was when it hadn't been determined yet. Oh, I got something for you. Okay, you craphead. So I'm okay. And Matthew Farwell has been cooperative with your investigation, including participating in interviews with you and permitting you to download certain information from his mobile phone. Certain information. Now, who does that remind us of, babes? That reminds me of a guy named Big Neck Daddy Higgins. Okay? Big Neck Daddy Higgins, what he did was illegally asked his buddy, his pal over in the FBI, okay, and says, hey, Lovey, wondering, quick question, how do I only take off specific text messages and hand over information that I want because I don't give a shit about giving my entire phone because, you know, I just don't think it's kosher and I deserve a right to privacy. So what does he do? He bops over to the FBI regional office and he gets into a kiosk where he says, oh, everyone who has a badge is allowed to go in to the FBI regional facility and download specific text messages from a kiosk. You're full of shit, up to your eyeballs, Big Neck Daddy Higgins. And what you did was only in service of yourself. You were only caring about yourself, your personal interests, because if you had given one shit about Officer John O'Keefe, you would have handed over your phone if you had nothing to hide. But you did, didn't you, big neck daddy? All right. You, Brian Albert, touching ham hocks at night. All right. Just grabbing each other's biscuits. And I mean, hey, listen, do what you want to do. But that night, you were ready for something. Okay. You were showing off, you were doing Karate Kid moves, and you were getting ready for beef. Okay. We know what a peacocking man looks like, and you for sure were puffy peacocking. Okay. So then it says, throughout your conversations with my client and later myself, you have indicated that you view him as a witness in your investigation. Oh, okay. This is consistent with reality. Is it? Is it, Mr. Hanley? Because I don't think so. I think that you are sorely mistaken, mofo. And that Mr. Falwell has committed no crime. Again, you're 0 for 2 in facts. Okay, pal. And like many, he is saddened by Ms. Birchmore's death. Oh, is he? Because right after she had passed away, he was pissed off that the Mass State Police even asked him questions. You know what else he did that summer of 21? He's at a friggin' bonfire, okay, somewhere. And he's making jokes about Sandra and her hanging. But he feels sadly about it. Okay. F up a Falwell. Hope you don't drop the soap, Matty boy, because it's going to be a rough ride for you. Okay. During our recent conversations, you asked Mr. Falwell to submit a DNA sample and participate in a polygraph interview. Although I appreciate your diligence, I advise my client to decline these requests and the request of further interview that accompanied them. I did so because they are far outside the scope of norm for mere witnesses in an investigation. Interesting that you say that. That is so interesting that you say that, Mr. Hanlon, because you know who did do a polygraph test that I heard? Okay, and I heard it from Commonwealth supporters, was Jennifer McCabe. Heard that she was told by her counsel, by Kevin Reddington, to go and do a polygraph test that allegedly she passed. Okay, but what I'm going to say is this, that very interesting that you're specifically saying that he, Falwell, doesn't need to give any DNA and doesn't need to do any polygraph tests when other witnesses in the Commonwealth, in another case that we might know about, Commonwealth versus Karen Reed, allegedly, Jennifer McCabe is just signing up to do all of them. Okay. So then he says that, right now he puts in, now this is what we call gaslighting, babes. I was a prosecutor for 14 years and have participated in hundreds of interviews with state police detectives like yourself. I cannot recall once seeking a polygraph interview. And I can only recall seeking DNA of persons that the investigators and I considered targets. Now, here's what I want to tell you. Funny story that Hanley takes such a, he takes such a firm stance on this when it is very clear and indicated that Matthew Falwell was never a POI, a persons of interest, and he was for sure never a suspect. So ain't that some shit? Okay? And you're telling this to Fanning, and you know what? I'm just saying, this is definitely just a Nurse Kim, shut up, don't talk about it, but it's a thought. I'm going to say it out loud, and this is going to be on the internet forever because it's not TikTok. But I bet or I would be a betting woman and say it wouldn't shock me if Fanning called Hanley and said, "Hey, I need you to write me a letter because we're not having Matt do any of this shit. So you need to write a firm letter." Oh look what I got for you. Oh, okay. So, okay. He says that there are good reasons for anyone to, I don't even know, to get a requested DNA or polygraph for an attorney to advise his client to deny the request. Compiling Mr. Farwell's DNA profile would be highly invasive. Oh, a swab would be highly invasive. Okay. And that and it would yield genetic markers and highly personal health and family information. Oh, guys, I can't. You're such a dink. Okay. And that I expect his DNA profile would reveal nothing of value to your case. Hey, John. Hey, not John. Who are you? Hanley. I just wanted to tell you, Patty boy Hanley, you suck because you are 0 for 3 of facts in this one if you thought that his DNA profile would reveal nothing of value to the case. Oh, and Farwell had already provided highly personal information. In my opinion, providing DNA is a step too far. Okay, well, if you say so. And then a polygraph raises similar concerns about an invasion of privacy. The topics of questioning would be highly invasive. I don't know. Sandra Birchmore was found unalive in her apartment at age 23, between 10 and 12 weeks pregnant. You schmucks found it to be a suicide and no signs of foul play. You know what's invasive is the Mass State Police going through her house and saying that it was unkept, that she didn't vacuum, that you didn't see any signs of a body being dragged on a carpet, that clearly we don't have shag carpeting in 2021. Oh, I hate him. Okay. And under the circumstances here, there's no reason for the state police to conduct a polygraph examination of my client. 0 for 4, fuckface. I write not only to explain my response for the DNA request and polygraph of my client, but to also briefly address 2 points that may be underlying your request. First, my client had no role in Miss Birchmore's death. He certainly never encouraged her to end her life, nor did he have any reason to fear that she would take her own life. He was shocked and saddened to learn that she had. If possible, please, now, here's where the ask comes, babe, and we knew it was coming. If possible, please inform me when your investigation closes and of any conclusions, if any, that you draw in respect to Mr. Farwell. Please contact me if I may provide any additional assistance to you, or if you would like to contact my client. So Patty boy, that was the ask. I want to know when you've closed this, because we're not, participating in any way, shape, or form. You've gotten what you've gotten, which is like the 2 text message threads from the phone or whatever from Sandra and Matthew. That was it from his phone. Remember, the text messages that Fanning found were from the cloud of Sandra Birchmore's own laptop, babes. That's where we got that. It wasn't from Matty Boy's. It was all from Sandra's. Now, the more alarming question to me is that they found them all. They found them. You saw it with your eyeballs. And it's egregious that nothing was done. on a state and local level, and that the FBI had to come in and Clark Kent this shit and save the day. Fucking Levy's in a telephone booth somewhere, turning from Clark Kent to Superman in order to provide some justice. And I will say, I salute you. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Levy, because we need you, babe. Oh, okay. So yeah, Bran. Guarino, here's what happened is there was nothing on the, there was nothing in Matthew Farwell's phone because he said that he had deleted them all, right? And then I was like, oh my gosh, they just never found the 32,000 messages. Well, babes, they sure as shit did. They found thousands. We don't know how many thousands, but Fanning tells us in his own damn memo that I reviewed thousands of text messages. Does he elaborate? Does he say what any of them said, i.e. a confession of rape, i.e. the date, April 10th, 2013, where Sandra Birchmore says, you know, this was the day, and he goes, oh, I wish I did it a year before. You sick individual. And then, and he writes back, me too. Now that's specifically noted in the FBI affidavit, and it also was noted in the Stoughton Police Department internal investigation. Their internal affairs uncovered those messages. Same dates, match up, line up, correlate. Same terminology. That was the only thing that was not redacted was the Me Too. The Me Too and that date. And we got it all, guys. So they knew about it. McNamara knew about it. Mass State Police knew about it. Post knew about it. Norfolk DA office knew about it. And they still did nothing. The fires in hell are too good for some of the people that are going to end up there, guys. And I don't know how you lay your head on a pillow at night. Oh. Guarino needs to make cupcakes. I'm sure that does not mean that he needs to go bake, but I'll have to get more from you on that, Lovey. They need to clean a house. Oh gosh. Oh, they need to clean a house. Yep. Clean house. Not, oh, sorry. I'm Thomas. I'm still emotional about talking about Sandra not vacuuming and cleaning. I agree. Oh, his family owns the bakery. Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's got to go be baking bread. I hope he gets a yeast infection. The shithead. Sorry. And where is the governor? I would love to know too. I would absolutely love to know. Maura Healy. Hi, it's Kimberly Jean. Just wanted to say hi. How are you? You need to speak out and you need to do something because you're in theory in charge of these people. You in theory have oversight of the Commonwealth of of Mass State Police. And where are you? Where are you? Romy, my lover, Romy with cheese. That's my girl. Morrissey needs to be held accountable for his complicity in all of this. Amen. Yes, he does. Let's take that to the bank, babes. Yeah. I know. You guys you're the best ever. Healy made a statement today. Donna, what did she say? Tell me everything. If I knew how to work technology, I would try to go there. Guarino, kill me. Oh, yes, here it is. Look at this. Dark to light. Thank you. And that's what we're doing, babes. When I tell you about, I know that, and who am I? Who am I? I'm just a nurse. I'm a mom. I got a big mouth. I'm a big mouth broad. Okay. I'm nobody. But what I am is passionate, babes. And if anything I can do is I love the law. I love people. I am like I love to take care of people, and to see that people have been so mistreated and have been so hurt by those who are supposed to serve and protect, like, just enrages me. I'm enraged for the Birchmore family. I'm enraged for the O'Keefe family. I'm enraged for the Reed family. And I'm enraged for my friend Heather Bish and her family and what was done to Molly. And that Heather is fighting for 24 years to find out what happened. Like, and guys, there's so many more. Like, these are just the ones that I am, that I am, kind of really on right now. But like, we are all here to make and to help others, and to not wish, I wouldn't wish any of this on my worst enemy, never mind like just victims and families. Guarino knew if Sandra's phone didn't move after Matty Boy left. That's Detective 101. Leah Baker, listen to me. You know it all. You know that. Of course they know that. If we're putting it together, then we know that they know. And guys, honestly, I'm scared. I'm not scared because I know justice is coming. I have like a feeling, like, when we have like women's intuition and like we have like a gut feeling and you're like, what the shit? Something has happened. Something's brewing, babe. Okay. And it's not a poop. Okay. I got butterflies. We got a lot of things happening right now. And I'm telling you, we are heading. I'm thinking the FBI is going to be doing another document dump. I'm thinking there's going to be, this corruption case is going to be explosive in the Commonwealth. When it's all done, babes, there's going to probably be less than 50% of the workforce. Just saying. And I hope that every single mother humper that is high level, that you got to cut them out. You got to be done. And you won't get your effing pension, you piece of shit, who allowed all of this to go on. Oh God, that's going to be, oh, yep. Okay. That is going to be on the internet forever. I forgot we're not on TikTok. Love ya. Bear with me. I feel so bad for Heather. Listen to me. Guys, before I go, this is what I wanted to say to you. So listen, okay, come close. This is how I do it on TikTok because I'm abnormal. So I'm trying to work with Mr. Betterow to have him come on and do to talk with me about Heather Bish and her family's like roadblocks. I'm hoping that Heather could come on. Can you imagine? I'm hoping it would be me, Miss Shorty, then Heather Bish and Mr. Betterow. And if we could all just like talk and hold space for her, and then also like help her keep pushing in the right direction, and whose door we need to beat down too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping, I'm trying to put that one together, and and that is holding a large space in my heart too. And I know, and I just wanted to say also to you guys, I am so sorry. I was traveling yesterday, so I couldn't do any of the standouts, but I am so proud of you. I am beyond proud of you. When I got online and I saw all of you at the standouts for Karen, I was teleported to another dimension. I was like, holy shit. We're mobilizing, babe. And all of you doing anything that you do, talking about the case, reminding, just keeping it up and saying, keep raising your voices, because our voices matter. That's all. And citizens' voices, and standing up to corruption, guys, is the most American and patriotic shit we could do. Because if we do not stand up for Karen right now, I guarantee you that it'll be you or someone who is railroaded next. When we see it, we say it, and we stand up. We stand up for each other because we're a community and we care about one another. And And we're not going to allow the old, whatever, like the old boys club that's been going on for how friggin' long. How many decades has this shit been going down that they can just keep doing what they want? Rules for ye, but not for thee. And today, and in the last 18 months, it has been very inspiring. And I hope that you all know how appreciated you are, and like not only by the Reed family, but like also just by like us, me, as I'm an idiot, I'm online, but like I'm so appreciative of all of you taking that time out. I think the world of you. I literally love your face. Okay, stop it. Don't be weird. All right. Hanley's letter should have led to a search warrant. Thomas, the autonomous anonymous. I agree 100%, babe. Oh, Karen Reed is innocent. The bullshit ends here. Take that to the bank, babes. Oh, I love you, Madeline Wags. You're too good to me. All right. Okay. Listen, I love everything about you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for going through just some of these with me tonight. I thank you for hanging out with me. You are everything. And this was my first freaking Just Nurse Kim show. I'll get better. I promise. And if you need anything, just text me, email me, and I'll be available. Otherwise, I love your face. Have a great night. Bye, guys.